What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here for PackersNews.com. I'm here with Ryan Wood of the Green Bay Press-Gazette. Ryan, we just spoke with Brian Gutekunst, general manager of the Green Bay Packers.
His debut at the NFL Combine.
He kind of brought it.
He did.
He kind of was a human and answered questions.
Yeah.
It was new and improved.
New.
Well,
yeah,
what struck you from his time at the podium there?
Well, a lot, and we were just talking before a podium session that there was a lot that came out of it. I think we have to start with him acknowledging that the Packers want to extend Aaron Rodgers this offseason. We all kind of knew that already, but for the GM of the team to say, ideally, it gets done this offseason. There's 2 years left for Aaron Rodgers' deal. It's going to get done this offseason, and it'll be very interesting to see the timing of when it gets done this offseason.
And where he ends up being slotted,
especially with Kirk Cousins
QBs,
out there and that mega deal looming on the horizon. It is a situation where I think you start at $30 million annually and you work your way up. It's going to be a very expensive contract for this team. But as Brian Gutekunst said, yeah, the best player in football. Expensive isn't really a word you think.
Oh, he said it's going to get expensive, right?
Yeah.
As far as free agency in general, he touched on it. He was asked a bunch, obviously, but I think the thing that jumped out at me is his, he said that there are limits to what you can do. Obviously, there's a salary cap, etc. But we'd like to be very aggressive. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Packer fans probably kind of sat up in their seats at the mention of aggressiveness in free agency.
Well, and I asked him if the process as far as how this team, how this front office approaches free agency has changed from in the past.
Right.
Obviously, Brian Gutekunst comes from the same front office where Ted Thompson led for over a decade. Brian Gutekunst made it very clear that, yes, it has changed. He said it's been more extensive of a process as far as meetings, as far as conversations. Just another sign that free agency, in terms of exploring the open market, is very much going to be in play, and more in play than what we've seen in the past. What does that mean for one offseason? We don't know yet. But yes, this is a franchise that is taking a pivot in terms of how it approaches free agency. Brian Gutekunst made that clear, and it'll be interesting to see what that means as far as results go down the line.
There you go. Change is afoot in Green Bay. For Ryan, I'm Aaron. Stay tuned at PackersNews.com all week for all the latest from the Combine here in Indianapolis.